Yo, what is good, YouTube? Welcome back to another video. Today we are coming back with more Ace Attorney Phoenix Wright trilogy heat. We have Justice for All booted up on the channel today, and of course we are going to be diving into the case of what happened to Regina's father, who was murdered, right? Murdered. Basically, I'm thinking there might be some kind of scandal going on with the whole marriage to Regina. Remember, Regina's a minor. A minor, you know what I'm saying? So we already know that there's some fishy mess going on here. People are like,
the law of consent in Japan is 16.
Would you be like a 50-year-old father ready to just hand your 16-year-old daughter off to some 23, 24-year-old man, let alone a 30-year-old man with a puppet attached to his arm? I don't think so, bro. But without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, let's go ahead and jump into this fishy business. All right, bro, let's get it started. Back to the lawyer duties. You know how it is. Morning, Max. Max? Milk. Milk? What? I don't have a glass of milk before I go on stage. I just can't function, sweetie. A glass of milk? Bro, that sounds horrible. A glass of milk before you freaking perform, bro? I feel like that would be coming up. You know how like babies have like throw up when they like drink milk? What is it called? The milk burps? And they easily just throw it up, bro. That'd be me all day. You will not catch me being a... Let me stop. I just can't function, sweetie. Stage? Don't worry, there won't be a stage. All you have to do is sit down. I guess. Nick, Max is really nervous. It's understandable. Hey, my sweeties. What? Don't throw them cards at me. You don't think I should fly, do you? Huh? You know, you gotta make a good first impression. When I enter the room, maybe I should fly in and warm up the crowd a little. Oh yeah, bro, that's a recipe for disaster. Where's Max? Bro comes swooping in, cops reaching for the armband immediately. You're not getting off the hook. No. We can't be having you flying around the courtroom. It just wouldn't be right. Imagine if you hit somebody. Don't worry, Max, just do what Nick says and everything will be okay. I didn't say that now. Oh, sweetie. What is it this time, Max? Why don't you try flying into the courtroom? Is this guy serious? I can see it now, the dashing young lawyer flying fabulously in from above. One glimpse of that, and everyone in the room will be on your side. Max, really? No one needs to fucking fly today. Just get your ass in that courtroom and shut the fuck up. Like, Nick? What's with that look in your eyes? I like the sound of that. Dashing young lawyer. Oh, look at him drinking the Kool-Aid though. Look at him like imagining what it would be like. Phoenix, you went to lawyer school, bro. You need another 2 years to learn anything to do with a circus. What the? Can I read? What? Your Honor, get on with it. Oh, sorry. I just realized that the defendant's name is Billy Bob Johns. So, well, isn't the defendant also known as Maximilian Galactica? Yes, Your Honor, he does often go by that name. You know, my grandchild is a huge fan of his. I think everyone here wouldn't mind if we called the defendant Maximilian Galactica. Aw, Judge, bro, you stink, brother. Who cares? It sounds more friendly. And when have you ever cared about that? You always shit on me for answering incorrectly, and now you want to give this guy a little bit of dignity that he can get from you? Or is dignity the right word? I don't know, bro. Forget it. I wonder if that is our advantage. Ms. Von Karma, your opening statement, if you please. I hope you didn't bother thinking you'd win this one, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Huh? That spirit channeling trial was a sham. I refuse to acknowledge its legitimacy. Oh, sounds like a sore loser to me. It did not count. Do you hear me? She must still be upset about what happened last time. You have no chance. Zero. Zilch. Nada. Bro, I just hit the crap out of my mic. I hope y'all didn't hear that. Nada. I'm not losing this case. Why, do you ask? Because it's not in the nature of a Von Karma to lose at anything. Bro, I'm 0 for 2 on the Karmas right now. What's up, bro? Like, you want to squabble in the court? We got it. I'll get you the round 2 you need, or you so desperately deserve, girl. I guess being born with the name Von Karma is a free pass to be arrogant and annoying. I'm saying. Watch and learn, Mr. Phoenix Wright. I'll show you the textbook procedure for proving how absolutely guilty you are. Me? Guilty? What are you talking about? It will be my ultimate revenge. But it's not like it'll bring her dad back. There. Opening statement complete. Now, let's hurry and wrap up this waste of freaking time. Very well, you may now call your first witness, Ms. Von Karma. Detective Dick Gumshoe, get up here, now! I'm a little too forceful with her voice. I gotta dial it back a little bit. I feel like her voice gotta be like smooth velvet, but like with like a little bit of like snappiness to it, you know what I'm saying? So, sorry to keep you from work, but as I'm sure you need every penny you can earn, detective. Don't mention it. It's no trouble at all. I've been looking forward to this. Very well. I would like you to begin by shedding light on the events in question. At your service, sir. All right, detective. You may proceed with your testimony. Yeah, please proceed with your testimony, so I can break that shit down. Let's go. Details of the events. The night of the crime, snow has fallen until about 9:40 p.m., making it extremely cold out. Let's see how good my acting or my lawyer chops have been since I've been gone for a little bit, for like what, almost 2 weeks now. All the circus performers were gathered in the big top to practice their routines. The practice session broke up around 10 p.m. Okay. I'm just following along the story here. We got it's been a minute since I played, so y'all do know I gotta go and look at the murder record. Oh, I don't think we have it though. Raised 1 week ago. So do we know the time that we might know the time? Nah, we don't. Let's go back. Around 10 p.m. The murder itself took place in the plaza in front of the lodging house at 10:15 p.m. Okay. The victim was found bent over a wooden box, dead as a doornail. The cause of death was blunt force trauma that snapped the vertebrae in his neck. Snapped a vertebrae in his neck. So he looked like he was trying to do what Maximilian does and failed. Hilariously. That was a Family Guy file if I ever saw one. No, jokes aside though, I do think we might actually have to figure out when when the time of death was. I don't remember if that's in the court record. I just checked and I don't see it. So we're gonna have to find our way through this one. It's all good though. I see, it was beaten to death. Ah, here it is. Here's the autopsy report for the victim. The court accepts this into evidence. Time of death, 10:15 p.m. Blunt force trauma to the back of the head. Okay. A blunt object. Very well, Mr. Wright, you may begin your cross-examination. Ah, it's time, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, Your Honor. Let's get it. Details of the events. Let them play. Snow was falling until 9:40 p.m., making it extremely cold out. You know what we gotta do? We gotta press them. Let me ask you about the snow. It was nearly a blizzard up to the night of the crime. Did it pile up? It wasn't such a big deal. Maybe about 1.5 inches was on the ground. The snow froze in place and stayed on the ground until the next day. The snow. Let me see. There's got to be more to this. What's the matter? Nick? I need to take a look at the court record. Mr. Gumshoe, what were the members of the circus doing at the night of the crime? Let's just press them on everything. Actually, I don't know. And until 9:40, making it extremely cold out. So the one thing I know for sure, right? That we know for sure, right? This picture of the crime scene, it said that it was snowing, iced over into the next day, and it stayed. So if it was snowing, so this checks out. That looks good. That looks good. Salary negotiations, orange bottle, circus map. Yeah, it doesn't really look like there's anything we can really contradict yet. We'll keep going. All of the circus performers are gathered in Big Top to practice the routines. All right, let's talk about this more. When you say all of the circus performers, who do you mean? Everyone but the dancers and the staff were there. Virginia the animal tamer, Mo the clown, Ben the ventriloquist, and of course the defendant, Maximilian Galactica, and his victim, the ringmaster. Oh, and I forgot, Regent the tiger was there as well. Out of curiosity, what about the circus monkey? When I was investigating yesterday, he happened to snatch my wristwatch. My wristwatch, bro. I have such a hard time saying that word. Detective, you are welcome to file a police report after the proceedings. The practice session broke up around 10 p.m. Okay. After the practice session was over, where did everyone head off to? Regina was playing with Regent while Mo went back to his room tired from work. Ben, the ventriloquist, went to the front gate, absorbed in his own world. The ringmaster and Max went off to the ringmaster's room to talk privately. Talk privately, huh? That's awfully suspicious. You wouldn't happen to know what they were talking about, would you? It seems they were negotiating Max's salary. Actually, Max is asking for Regina's hand in marriage. The sick freak. He a freaky at, you know what I'm saying? The murder itself took place in the plaza in front of the lodging house at 10:15 p.m. Press! I'd like you to be a bit more specific about the events at 10:15 p.m. Okay, not a problem, pal. We've got a witness. Ah! Ow. Ow. This is totally meaningless. Time to move on. All right, we'll just have to revisit that testimony later. Detective Gumshoe, would you mind telling us how the victim met his end? The victim was found bent over a wooden box. That is a door now. Let's talk about that box real quick. A wooden box? That's right. The victim must have been carrying around the wooden box when he was killed. Carrying the box, huh? It was a rather strange wooden box, Your Honor. What do you mean? Well, it was much heavier than it looked, not to mention it was locked. Locked, you say? Wooden box, hunched over. Okay, I was almost wondering if I boast a small but strong lock. This may be my only chance, so I might as well ask some questions about the wooden box. This wooden box, you figure it weighs about 20 pounds, right? Sounds about right. The whole thing is lined with iron. Iron plating? Why do you think it's lined with iron? I figured if they... I think we could all do without your guesses, detective. Stick to what little you actually know. Damn. Sorry. Suffice it to say, the box is really heavy. Much better. You may continue on, detective. The cause of death was blunt force trauma that snapped the vertebrae in his neck. Okay, I want to hear more about this. According to the autopsy report, the murder was a blunt object, correct? You've done your homework, pal. And you haven't found this murder weapon, have you? The police are searching for it as we speak. My theory is that it's something the perpetrator ran off with. You would think so, especially since you didn't find it on the scene. No. I bet he made it disappear with magic. There wasn't much that we could go after Gumshoe this time. He gave us the facts as he saw them, but there's gotta be more to this. I didn't see anything. But that's why you're the lawyer and I'm the medium. That's right, so stay in a medium's place. Let me stop. I'm just playing, bro. Night of the crime, snow was falling until 9:40 p.m., making it extremely cold out. Okay, what did we say about this? Okay, let me ask you about the snow. It was nearly a blizzard up until the time of the crime. Did it pile up? It wasn't such a big deal. Maybe about 1.5 inches was on the ground. The snow froze a place to stay on the ground the next day. The snow, let me see. There's gotta be more to this. Okay. So I think there's something here. Sorry, this might take me a minute because I told you it's been a minute, so bear with me. If I have to take longer than I have to, you'll see the transition. Okay, y'all, so I actually forgot that there were actually more details we could press him on when it came to this wooden box. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna press him and get these other options. Okay, I honestly don't think I ever would have gotten this, to be honest. I completely forgot about this. You said the box was locked. How exactly was it locked? Well, it had quite a sturdy lock on it. It took quite a bit to open that bad boy up. So when you found the box, it was locked, correct? Yes, it was. Some of the forensics team took it back to the precinct to crack it open. I see. Continue, Detective Gumshoe. Okay, we're still gonna go back, and then we have one more. A wooden box. That's okay, yeah, we get it. We get it. About the contents. Do you mind telling us what was inside the box? Well, when we found the box, it was found locked. Oh my gosh, it was locked tighter than Fort Knox. So we took it back to the station and cracked it open. All that was inside was this little bottle. Bottle? What is that, detective? Exactly what it looks like, Your Honor. It's a condiment bottle. What's inside the bottle? It's filled with pepper. Pepper? Why in the world was it locked in that big box? There was only one little bottle in that huge box? I wonder if it had some sort of special meaning. Small seasoning bottle with pepper. That's weird. Well, I think we have a good feel for the details of the events now. I guess that's all we're gonna get out of this Gumshoe this case. You mean all we're gonna get out of him is that little bottle of pepper? Now that we have wrapped up with the detective, I'd like to call my next witness. Yeah, I'm not even off the stand yet. Obviously, but that's due to you being slow and unable to take a hint. I don't know, but the rat has such a mean sound to it. I'm a sensitive guy. Thank you very much, Detective Gumshoe. You may step down. Miss Von Karma, you may call your next witness. I would like to call Mr. Benjamin Woodman to the stand. Oh, not this. She must be talking about Ben the ventriloquist. I wonder if Trilla will show up on the stand as well. Gosh. Oh gosh. Here we go. He's still beating him up in the courtroom. Please state your name and occupation for the record. Let's see. My full name is Triloquist. I am employed as an operatic tenor. Excuse me. The witness called to the stand was one Mr. Benjamin Woodman, ventriloquist. That word must be cutting off your circulation, you old fart. I said that I was a singer. Maybe you don't believe me, fine, but I'll grace you with a song. Me, the world of the law, exciting and daring, guilt or innocence. Decided by a judge dressed up like a woman. Well, what do you think? It had a good rhythm. Maya, quit giving him props. Why are you giving this? Like I said, you can't make this up. It's just the lyrics. They leave something to be desired, so to speak.
Trillo, you know better than to insult a judge.
Shut up! Just look at your nose! You think you'd have the sense to fix it? Jeez. It's so ugly, I want to punch you in the face. The off chance swelling would help. You know that your nose is the reason you'll never be an A-list star. Oh my gosh, bro. Celebrities must really enjoy saying everything that flashes into their minds. What's going on here? Order! Order! I demand to know who the witness is.
Don't worry about me, sir. I'll let Trillo handle this.
I'm not worried about you one bit. I'm worried about getting testimony in my You won't get anywhere trying to figure out this witness. Now, let's proceed. Gosh. Bro, this puppet needs to be stopped. Today. Once practice was over, I left the tent with the clown. Once we got to the lodging house, I ditched him and went back to the plaza's entrance. The lodging house, I ditched him and went back to the plaza's entrance. Okay, that lines up with what Gumshoe was saying. Okay. That's when I saw Max heading toward the scene of the crime. He was the only one heading that way. How could that punk not be the killer? Then the police showed up and took Magic Boy away. Okay. You saw Maximilian Galactica heading toward the scene. You're sure of that? Without a doubt. He had on his silk hat, cloak, and the dumb white roses on his chest. How can you mistake someone with that crazy getup and his nose stuck up so high? Dude, that's so rich coming from somebody who's straight from a tree, bro. Like, your whole fit literally comes from the woodlands. Relax. That's enough. I think we all get the picture. Just one thing. You said you ditched the clown. That's right, Tress Boy. Well, since you weren't with him, how couldn't that mean the clown committed the crime? He's got a point. What a shame. It was a nice theory, but the clown can't be the culprit. Why is that? Here's absolute proof. A silk hat. This was found at the scene of the crime. It belongs to the defendant. Without a question, he was wearing his signature hat during practice. If the clown was the murderer, there would be no reason for this hat to be at the scene. Well done, Miss Von Karma. Your prosecutor skills are quite unrivaled. Well done. Stupid bow, bro. Thank you for stating the obvious. Thank you, Mr. Phoenix Wright. What do you have to say? Okay. I guess she's the boss again today. What you witness? Let's cross-examine these freaks, please. Alright, let's talk about this. So, the clown. You're talking about Mo. Of course I'm talking about that old fart. He's so pathetic, I can't stand him! Just a bit of exercise and his makeup is running all over the place. Once practice was over, he was 9/10 of the way to kneeling over for good. Or keeling over for good. Poor guy. We didn't have any choice, so Ben took him back to his room. When it comes to being a first-place loser, that guy's ahead of the pack. Then what happened? Once we got to the lodging house, I ditched him and went back to the plaza's entrance. That's when I saw Max heading toward the scene of the crime. He was the only one heading that way. How could that punk not be the killer? Okay, that's right. Sorry. Okay, so why the plaza's entrance? To do some thinking, of course. It was awfully cold out that night, especially with all the snow around. Wouldn't thinking in your nice, warm lodging house have been a better idea? Mr. Phoenix Wright, I think you should leave the thinking to the witness. But I'm a good thunker. At least my teachers always thought I was. Oh yeah, never mind. Okay, I don't have to read those parts again. Are you sure it was really Max Galactica? Of course I'm sure! How could you mistake someone wearing such a snobby three-piece getup? Snobby three-piece getup? Get the wax out of your ears! Lawyers nowadays, you're all like talking to a brick wall! Max's three-piece getup, geez, could you be any more dense altogether now? Silk hat, cloak, white roses! Thank you! Nick, I think you should put a little more effort into preparing your questions. Okay, I'm a lawyer. I have to ask questions. It's my freaking job. You saw Max and only Max, right, Trillo? That's right. And that makes him the killer. There was only one person headed that way that night. That makes quite a bit of sense. It makes Max one suspicious character. There's more to the story than meets the eye. Is there something missing this? Ben only saw Max? That's a bit strange, don't you think? What's strange? That you only saw Max. Doesn't it seem like you should have seen someone else as well? What? Where are you going with this, Mr. Wright? Because at the time of the murder, he was walking with Regina's father to go to his room, right? I mean, it doesn't really mean anything, for sure. But then again, they also said Max was going to meet him in his room, so her father might not have been out and about. But maybe with Regina. Who else do you suppose the witness could have seen? I don't know. Maybe... Oops. Maybe Max? Don't hold your tongue, Ben! It's your job to answer all the stupid questions!
I'm sorry, Trillo.
I've got to find a way to get more information. My fault. Thinking about it some more, Nick. I'm sure you'll come up with something. Chillin wouldn't have an ulterior motive for incriminating Max, would he? Well, Max is part of that bitter love triangle with Regina, which is probably why Max conked him over the head. Nick, wasn't Ben the one who got knocked over the head? Yeah, I think so. I don't know anymore. Once practice was over, okay. We need to go back to this last statement again and figure out what we need to... Alright, let's go back to that point. Damn it, bro. I meant to go back. Oh, wait. Duh. Well, if he was waiting outside in the cold, it was for one person. And one person only. He was waiting for his... Wait, oops. He was waiting for the animal tamer, Regina, the miner! Whoa! You were waiting outside for Regina to come back to the lodging house. Am I mistaken? Is this true?
Well, you can't really ask me that question.
Who cares who I was waiting for that night? What's important is what I saw. Don't you forget it. Well, the puppet may on... What? It seems at this stage I have no reason to doubt this witness testimony. And there are clearly no conclusive contradictions. He's right. A brilliant judgment, Your Honor. Now let's move along with the testimony. Trillo wouldn't happen to have an ulterior motive for incriminating Max, would he? Well, Max is part of that bitter love triangle with Regina, which is probably why Max is dead. Okay. Is there really no more to that? Okay. He's the only one heading the way. How could that punk not be the killer? Let's save here. That's when I saw Max heading toward the scene of the crime. Once we got to the lodging house, I ditched him and went back to the plaza's entrance. Okay. We have this 3-piece. 1, 2, is it, did he say, what did he say? Hat, cap, is it gloves or whatever? I mean, this is his getup. That's the victim. That's correct. If Trillo's at the entrance of the plaza, he should have seen the ringmaster as well. Okay, so this is kind of what I was saying at first too. I was doubting myself a lot. Okay, I was doubting myself a bit. So what my thought was literally that he can't have seen one without the other, but at the same time, if the ringmaster would have been waiting in the room, but if they're all at practice, I don't know, we'll see. You should have seen the ringmaster as well, because yeah, they were all there. Obviously, the ringmaster arrived at the scene of the crime before the witness could have seen him. Anyone with sense could have figured that one out. What are you talking about? The ringmaster and Max went together to the ringmaster's room. Is that according to the defendant? A likely story. If Maximilian Galactica was supposed to be in the ringmaster's room, why was he, just as the witness stated, at the scene of the crime? I see. All right. There is obviously a reason why this witness was there that night. He spent all that time waiting for Regina to arrive. Moreover, even if someone else would have walked right in front of him, I doubt he would have paid them a second thought. No! Okay. You're losing me. You're losing me a little bit. What did you just say? The witness saw the defendant at the scene of the crime. However, he did not see the victim on his way to his eventual demise. If you accept that, then you must accept there is a high likelihood that he could have missed something on his... There is absolutely no proof that the witness is waiting for the animal tamer.
I guess you got me. All right. I'll spill the beans for real this time. It's true. I was waiting for Regina. Pain.
Don't volunteer things! Mr. Quiz, tell us the truth this time, and I mean the whole truth. Were you or were you not waiting for Regina at the entrance to the lodging house?
I was waiting to propose to her.
You were what? Waiting to propose? Yeah, bro, it's a crazy story. Let him fill you in.
What's the matter? You think that humans have a monopoly on marriage?
No, but adults do, bro, and Regina is not that. The matter of puppet marriage is not under review in this case.
You're the judge. I mean, look at your horrible outfit.
I know he's not talking, bro. That bow tie is almost double the size of your... Nah, not head, but you know what I'm saying? It's almost like... It's pretty it's a big bow tie, bro. You ain't got that great of a fashion sense. Thanks to your bumbling, my favorite... Oh, wait. Thanks to your bumbling, my perfect plan is not so perfect anymore. Now we have to waste time getting to the bottom of some silly proposal by a puppet. About the proposal. Ugh, bro. Okay, don't be surprised I was gonna propose to Regina. I even had something to give to her. I kept it in my pocket, waiting for the chance to propose and give it to her. Of course, I also had it in my pocket for that night. It was my present for her. In the end, I wasn't able to give it to her, so I've still got it in my pocket. You were going to propose... a puppet?
Don't be so obtuse. Just because I'm a puppet doesn't mean I can't love.
I guess you're right. Just because I'm old doesn't mean I can't propose. Hey, look, Chris Hansen, you got it from here, bro. What are we doing? What are we doing? What is this? What is this? Straight to jail. All of them. All of them. Exactly! His honor is looking a little less than honorable right now. Okay, Mr. Wright, please continue with your cross-examination. What was with that sigh at the end? Right? Like, you're mad you can't marry a 16-year-old? Why would you even want to?
Don't be so surprised I was going to propose to Regina.
Well, how about you tell me anyway? By proposal, you mean proposing marriage, correct? To Regina.
Of course, that's what I meant. What kind of stupid question is that? I was going to propose that we become some sort of outlaw biker gang together. Right, Ben? Yeah. Got it? That's the truth.
Okay.
I even had something to give to her. I kept it in my pocket waiting for the chance to propose and give it to her. Of course, I also had it in my pocket that night.
Okay, hold on. We know it's the ring. What was it exactly that you planned on giving her?
You know exactly what I was going to give her, numbskull. The only thing I could find that could match Regina's beauty.
Answer his question. What was it?
You're gonna die when you hear this. It's an engagement ring.
Engagement ring? Engagement ring? Wow, those two nearly fell out of their chairs. Mr. Phoenix Wright's joke has gone too far. Time for this to end right here. Franziska's whip looks like it's about to lash out at almost everything. One hit from that thing will probably shut someone up for a long time. Push on anyways. Got to see it through, my boy. It may be something of a joke, but this is a historic moment. The first time that a puppet proposed. I advise you to cut this shit out. I said what she was actually wanting to say. I'm going to have to agree with the defense here. Will the witness please revise the testimony, specifically about the engagement ring? I'd like to stick to facts, not sociology.
You sure do enjoy sweating the details, especially for a man in a black bathrobe.
This guy's got one more time to shoot a shot at anybody before, like, bro, because I'm about to put him up. I plan on giving an engagement ring to Regina. Press. An engagement ring?
It's actually a diamond-shaped stone cut from glass. Even more brilliant than the real thing. I think Regina's gonna love it.
It's just a ring. What's the matter, Nick? Well, there's gotta be something I can catch him on. Kept it in my pocket, waiting for the chance to propose and give it to her. What did he say? An engagement ring. Okay, let's hear through the rest of the way. Whose pocket was the ring in?
Mine, of course. What a stupid question. You've got to be kidding me. You think Ben can pull that off? I'm sorry. Really? You don't have to apologize for that. He's the one who should be apologizing.
Really?
Of course. I also had it in my pocket that night. It was a present for her.
So you went to the lodging house to give it to her?
That's right. I tried to give it to her during practice so many times that I lost count, but that uppity snob kept getting in the way.
Uppity snob? He couldn't possibly be talking about me, Maximilian Galactica. When I get a hold of him, I'm gonna saw his woodblock in half, and not with magic. Pause. Well, they always say that love creates rivalries. So what about this present?
In the end, I wasn't able to give it to her, so I've still got it in my...
Oh! No, you don't. Let's go. Trillo, do you mind if I show you something?
What is it? What are you talking about?
Uh-oh, looks like they're going to double team me now. Do you recognize this ring?
That's mine! Get it back! Thief! Thief!
Didn't you just testify about this very object? I believe you said, in the end, I wasn't able to give it to her, so I've still got it in my pocket. Why then do I have it right here?
Ah!
I think I caught that. What is going on?
That's Ben! Say something! Don't put me on the spot like that, Trillo.
I found this in Money's room. Money's room? You mean a room where they put money, like a bank vault?
Huh! That filthy monkey is gonna get what's coming to him!
That sounded a little rehearsed, bro. Mr. Quist, I would prefer if you avoided slandering innocent fiats in my court. Well, Your Honor, Money really is a monkey, in every sense of the word. Ah, I see. Well then. Money likes to go after the shiniest things that he can find and gather them up. Shiny things? Trillo, when was the ring stolen from you?
Well, I suppose it was that time, you know, that night, the night of the crime.
What did you just say? Details. I need more details.
Well, it was stolen right after Max showed up in the plaza.
Let's go.
Right about when you saw the defendant walk past.
Oh wait, no. Right about when you saw the defendant walk past, correct?
Well, I guess you might, be able to say that. The ring might have, well, it could have been taken around that time.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah!
That's what I feel like Ben sounds like.
Ben, what's wrong with you? Whatever. It has nothing to do with anything, especially not who committed the murder.
It's not for you to decide what has to do with that. Now, Trillo, back to the topic at hand.
I haven't admitted a thing. Not I, Mr. Trillo Quist.
What did you do when the ring was taken, Trillo?
You know exactly what I did. I chased after that ring-snatching money monkey!
But you weren't able to catch up to him, were you?
It's all this slow, loafy fool called Ben's fault! While he was fumbling his way through the snow, the dumb monkey was able to get away.
That is indeed an incredible shame. Well, this does indeed prove one very important point. Prove an important point? What point could that possibly be? Ben's testimony has a flaw. There's a huge contradiction in this witness's testimony. Contradiction? The witness just testified to the following effect. Up until the police arrived, he didn't move from the entrance to the plaza. However, the witness just stated that he chased after Money the monkey. When the witness was off chasing Money, there was no one watching the plaza. Ooh. What is the meaning of all this, Mr. Phoenix Wright? Where are you going with this little theory of yours? I'm saying that there is no possible way this witness saw the plaza the entire time. That's where I'm going with this little theory, which leads me to my next point. It is entirely possible that someone other than the defendant was at the crime scene. Interesting, Mr. Wright. Well then, tell me this, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Do you have any proof that something slipped past this vigilant ventriloquist? Well, he obviously didn't see the victim, the ringmaster, arrive on the scene. However, that doesn't change the fact that he saw the defendant arrive. The witness is lying. He is blinded by his rivalry with Max. Well, the defense's argument does hold water. This witness does have a history of animosity towards the defendant.
What? How dare you? I wouldn't lie just to get that dork face in trouble. He's not even worth it. I saw him, no doubt about it. I saw that worthless liar.
Well, just for clarity's sake, let's flesh out exactly who you saw that night.
Ha! I told you so many times. You think you know my story's not changing.
You've already changed your story, stick boy, and I'm sure it'll change some more. Where there is one lie, there are usually many more behind it. Exactly, Maya. That's why we have to keep after him. Yeah. Okay. Let's get this third testimony underway. Technically, this is like the fourth one, ain't it? Oh, it's been a minute.
I'll give you that I was waiting that night for Regina, but that doesn't change the fact that I saw Max in the plaza that night. He showed up after I had been waiting there for about 5 minutes. I said good evening to him, but he didn't even acknowledge my presence. I'm absolutely sure it was him. I saw Maximilian Galactica at the scene. There's no way I can mistake someone wearing those 3 ridiculous symbols.
We gotta get it. Bro. Hey, look, how much y'all want to bet I can get him? I can get the contradiction in without even getting all in on the questionings. All right, put your bets in the comments below. We'll see if you're right. So that means that money didn't show up until after you saw Max.
That's right. Monkey ran up less than a minute after I saw Max.
Then money snatched the ring and you went chasing after him? How long was it until you came back to where you were waiting?
Well, let's see. I'd say about, I suppose 5 minutes, I think.
So the victim could have arrived on the scene in that 5-minute stretch. Mr. Wright, please proceed with your cross-examination. Watch this, bro. Without pressing him on every matter, I bet you I can get him to crack. But just in case, you know, I gotta be careful. The health is too precious in this game. All right. Let's go. Tell me about these symbols. Those 3 ridiculous symbols, huh?
Out of curiosity, exactly how many times have you asked that question by now? If you're gonna ask again, I'll answer with the chorus. Everyone together now. Silk hat, cloak, and white roses.
Silk hat, cloak. Maya, you didn't have to join in, did you? But it's fun shining out with everyone else. There has to be a hole in his testimony somewhere. I agree. Do we have the proof to make something stick? All we can do is try, right, Nick? You gotta have something that will prove useful. All right, time to get to work. Ugh, I like that. All right, stop it. Let's do this. Present. All right, what was it? Cloak, hat, silk. What did he say? Cloak, hat, and bro. I literally just forgot what he said. But just in case, let's press him on everything. Okay, I'll take the bet back. Rescind the bet. I'm sorry. I thought he meant these symbols. Silk hat, cloak, white roses. Silk hat, cloak, glasses. Okay, I'll give it to him. I messed that up. But okay. I'll give you that I was waiting that night for Regina. So you were only concerned with waiting for Regina that night? That means you probably wouldn't have noticed if someone else showed up.
You should think about how many eyes I actually have. I got 4, you know. 4. F-O-U-R. Counting Ben, of course. But that many eyes, do you really think something would have slipped by me?
Well, eyes, there's an awful lot of attention directed at one area, I suppose. This judge is drinking the Kool-Aid, bro. I can't with this. He is a puppet. He doesn't have eyes, bro. He can't see. Oh my gosh. Yikes, the judge is even more dangerous to our case than Trilla. That's what I'm saying.
But that doesn't change the fact that I saw Max in the plaza that night.
Let's talk about it. So you saw Max coming out of the big top that night?
Of course, that's where I saw him coming from. I was staring at the entrance of the tent the whole time.
I guess that makes sense, especially since he was waiting for Regina.
He showed up after I had been waiting there for about 5 minutes.
Okay. About what time would you say these events took place?
You're one of the dumbest people on the planet if you can't figure it out yourself. You already know that practice finished probably at 10 p.m. You already know that I went to the lodging house right after practice. You don't need to be a brain searcher to know what time it was when I saw him. Just add 10 more minutes. I'm sure you can do that. Now, what time was it?
Indeed, what time was it? What time was it? Let me think about that for a second. I'm no good at math. It was 10:10 p.m. Yes, that does sound about right.
It sounds about right because that's the time I saw Max on the scene.
Okay. I said good evening to him. So you testified that you said good evening to Max that night.
You must enjoy making incredibly obvious questions, or asking incredibly obvious questions. You say good morning in the morning and good afternoon during the day, right? And it's obvious that I'd say good night to someone at night. What, Ben? You got something? Let me guess. That's not it, Trillo. You say good evening at night?
I'm sorry, Trillo.
Mr. Quist, I would prefer if you kept your ventriloquist act outside of the courtroom.
Impossible. A performer lives and breathes of performances. You should know better.
There's got to be something wrong with this bit of a testimony. What about his greeting? I mean, I'm curious about that. Isn't that a bit strange to you?
What do you mean?
Well, if you hate Max so much, why would you bother being nice to him? It strikes me as somewhat strange.
Why would it strike you as strange?
Exactly. How is it strange to be cordial to one of your coworkers? Well, if it was simply just being cordial to a coworker, I would understand. Ow, that hurt. Maybe you should think of having some proof before your lips start flapping next time. Proof is everything in this world. You should have learned this back in grade school. There's no reason that Trillo would ever say something nice to Max, but how do I go about proving that with the evidence? Bluffing is everything in this world, but I'm sure you already learned that once. I guess I can give it a shot. The witness will resume his testimony. Okay, let's ask him about this. You are 100% absolutely sure of what you just said.
I told you already, jeez! I'm 100% absolutely sure.
There's no way he could be any more confident than that, right? Okay. He showed up after I've been waiting for about 5 minutes. Said good evening. Yeah, we gotta press him more on this. Okay, let's talk about Ben's half of the comedy act. I mean, I guess. I hate to say it, but Ben's part of your little act is coming off a bit stale. I'm sure that if a pro was reviewing your... Ow! You're not trying to pass yourself as a professional performer, are you? Don't get so wrapped up in yourself, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Ah, you should know better. Ow! Ow! That hurts! That should have set him straight. You may proceed with your testimony, witness. Okay. We gotta go back to this. Okay, so it's definitely this part. Okay. So we gotta bluff. Let's go! First try. Trillo, is it not true that you had a fight with Max on the day of the murder? A fight? A fight over Regina, to be exact.
It wasn't that big of a deal. It was just an argument, a disagreement at most.
A disagreement usually doesn't end with someone getting clonked over the head.
Ah!
That morning, Ben got clobbered over the head by Max, didn't he? What? Is that an admission of assault and battery? Ow! Before we handle that, we should wrap up the defendant's murder charge first. The truth is that on the day of the crime, the defendant and witness had a huge fight. There's absolutely no way they would have accidentally become cordial that evening. However, moreover, just consider the personality of the witness on the stand. There's no way a puppet this lewd would just go up and say good evening to his rival. Are you saying this witness is lying? That he is trying to frame the defendant by claiming to have seen him at the crime scene?
I didn't tell a single lie, honestly, I just...
That's enough from you, Mr. Quist. Mr. Wright. Yes, Your Honor. Let's clarify this testimony for the court. Could you explain your theory about who your witness actually saw that night? Are you serious? On the spot? That's crazy. Good thing we could save, though. Alright, so either he didn't see anyone. I would say we can't say he definitively saw anyone. It is my belief that the witness did indeed see someone that night. It was just someone else. That's who he said good evening to. What kind of theory is that? The correct one. Furthermore, I don't believe the witness saw was Max at all. What? If he had truly met Max that night, there would have been no greeting at all, which means there's only one proper answer. The person the witness saw that night was not Maximilian Galactica. Aw, damn it. I think I might have missed it. Stop it. That is why Trillo made the effort to greet whoever it was that he saw that evening. Or good evening, as he put it. Oh! What in the world? Will the defense kindly explain who it was Trillo saw that evening, then? Regina? This is the person that the witness felt the need to greet that night. How about it, Mr. Quist?
How about you stop asking these ridiculous questions? You can show me all the crappy pictures like there's not one I wouldn't greet. What the oak are you doing, Woodman? You better not say Trillo, watch your mouth.
Well, okay. Sorry about that, Trillo.
Order, they'll... Okay, bro, we get it. There will be order in my courtroom. Order. Oh, now I've done it. You better rethink this line of question before I lose my patience with you. Will the defense kindly explain who it was Trillo that saw that evening? I mean, brother. I mean... Only person it could have been was the ringmaster. Considering the ill temper of this witness, there is only one person he would greet. It must be Regina. Is Regina right? She's so cute. Don't roast me after you just deducted... Bro, you deducted points off of me. 2 points off of me, and you had the same silly-ass guess. I guess you and I are cut from the same cloth. Actually, you're not like us, bro. I heard you. Nah, you was talking crazy about Regina. No, Your Honor. It is not Regina. If it was Regina, Trillo would have given her the engagement ring as a present. Oh, yeah. I suppose you've got a point there. It was Russell Berry, the victim himself, was it not? You are correct. It was indeed Russell Berry. The person you saw that evening was the victim, the ringmaster Russell Berry. That's why you greeted him, Trillo. Isn't that correct? Answer the question, Mr. Quist. Order! How do you respond to this?
Wait a second! Well, at first I thought it was the old man, but once I got a better look at him, it was obviously Maximilian Galactica.
What do you... Bro, you gotta cut this shit out, bro. Yeah, I think it's high time that we clear the air about this question. Mr. Quist obviously witnessed a single person in the area of the plaza that evening. The problem was identifying exactly who that person was. Was it Maximilian Galactica? Or was it Ringmaster? Or was it the Ringmaster? One Mr. Russell Berry. Prosecution argues that it was the defendant that the witness saw that night. The witness has clearly stated that he saw the defendant's 3 symbols. 3 symbols.
Alright, this is getting really old. Come on, man. You gotta remember them by now. Here we go again, everyone all together now.
I'm not shouting this.
Ow!
Yes, we know. The silk hat, cloak, and the white roses. A silk hat and a cloak. Anyone could wear them. They'd even look good on me. What was that? Well, the witness is endlessly repeating that he saw Max's 3 symbols. However, how do we really know that it was Maximilian Galactica? It could have been anyone dressed as him. Possibly even Russell Berry. What was that? Like, bro, get a grip. You want to get your revenge? Get yourself under control first. What? Miss Von Karma, do you have clear evidence that the person this witness saw was the defendant? Well, if that's the case, then this is impossible for me to make a judgment at this point. Yes, I think we finally won a point in this one. That is very unfortunate. Huh? You're just a little too excited for your own good, Mr. Phoenix Wright. What do you mean by that? And how do you keep pulling stuff out of your ass every trial? You merely established one thing from this witness. You established that this witness saw one person in the plaza that night. I applaud you on your effort, but... What? Who that person was can only be answered by the next witness. Huh? Your Honor, the prosecution will provide, beyond a shadow of a doubt, an answer to that question and evidence that clearly establishes one thing. There is no one other than Maximilian Galactica responsible for this crime. Bro. Very well, the court will take a 10-minute recess. During that time, I request the prosecution prepare the next witness. Court is now in recess. Nice. To be continued, ladies and gentlemen. That's it. Oh my gosh, what a trial so far. I'm not gonna lie to you, I'm already a little bit like annoyed so far. The only annoying part about this trial is this puppet, bro. Once we get past this, hopefully it'll get better. I think I'm still kind of in the same theory pool I was the last video of Ace Attorney that we did, where I was like, I really do believe that it's got some weird ulterior motive between Trillo, Ben, whoever, Regina, and her father to get to marry her. I think that her father didn't want to give anybody his blessing to get to marry off Regina to somebody. So I'm gonna go with that for now. And then we'll see who this next witness is. I'm thinking that it might be what's his name? The guy that we never got to meet. It's either that or it's gonna be Max himself potentially. Or actually, he can't be a witness and a defendant. So I would think maybe it would be Regina, or no, it's a guy. Maybe the clown. It's either the clown or the guy we didn't meet. That's where I'm gonna land at for now. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you guys did enjoy that video. If you did, please leave a like. Remember to hit that subscribe button if you are new, and hit that alert notification bell so you always know when I'm posting a new video. Also, make sure you join that Discord in the description below if you also want to get notified through that channel, you know, if you spend a lot of time on Discord. Regardless, I will see y'all in the very next video. Peace, y'all.
But I've learned that deep down there's a light that never goes out. Kingdom Hearts is light.